Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning-fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery, tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
We welcome you to the west side on the banks of the Ohio River, Portsmouth West High School, for an SOC 3 showdown. The Portsmouth West Senators and the South Webster Jeeps battling for that top spot in the SOC 3 division. Carson Francis and Shane Combs with you. Shane, great to have you back on the broadcast with us. We had two incredible games earlier in the week. Hopefully you get back for two more good ones tonight and then tomorrow. Looking at this matchup tonight, Portsmouth West 6-1, tied for first with Wheelersburg for first in the SOC 3. South Webster 7-2, split the difference in their first two league games. Certainly, I don't want to call it a must-win, but definitely one that would go a long way as we stand early on in league play.
Well, first of all, it is great to be back with you. I need to earn my keep. You guys was two instant classics there earlier in the week. I enjoyed listening in. You guys had a great call. Hopefully you and I can get that same type of atmosphere tonight, which it looks like we're already checking that box, and get a great matchup. You know, you're spot on with what you're throwing out there. When you look at this conference, I can't get over the top, the bottom, ability to beat a given. I know we throw those cliches out there a lot of times in certain leagues, but you really do see it when you turn on the film, and you wouldn't have to be that bad a basketball team to have it go the wrong way and be 3-7, 4-6 in this conference. So, I agree with you. There's got to be some urgency. I know it's early in conference play because the SOC started so late with the way they do their scheduling, but you're right. You can't afford to give very many back here early on because there's just not a whole lot of give-me's throughout. So when you get these head-to-heads, you really do have to get one.
South Webster coming into tonight off of a 17-point loss at home against a really good, young, up-and-coming Waverly squad, 54-37 on Tuesday night. A win would not only get South Webster feeling like a win tonight would not only let South Webster feel like they've gotten right in league play, but there's some history on the line for the Jeeps as well. Coach Norm Pearson leads the state of Ohio. He's the state's active leader in coaching wins. He's got 830 career wins. His next one would tie him with the longtime Kettering-Alter head coach Joe Petroselli for second in the state of Ohio in all-time coaching wins. A milestone on the line tonight for Coach Pearson and the Jeeps.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. You know, when I talk about, first of all, longevity, being someone who's coached 3 decades myself, it's just unbelievable to think, 45 years, and and you think of the changes in sports, the changes in the game of basketball, and how you just continue to adapt and you relate to kids and you stay current with the game. And it's been a pleasure to follow. I can remember first watching Coach back in his Chesapeake days in the early 90s, and he was already a very established coach. That's going on 35, 40 years ago. So it's incredible to be able to sit up here and call a game with him still coaching and leading young men. And obviously they're going to be extremely well coached, but they're going to have quite a challenge in front of them tonight playing this team from Portsmouth West on its home court.
Sticking with the topic of coaching, let's go to another guy who's really trying to establish himself, if he hasn't already. Coach Caleb McClanahan for the Senators took over the helm in 2020 and immediately made an impact. Had their best season in quite some time. Won a sectional, finished third in the SOC. Right now, Coach McClanahan's trying to get the Senators back to where the program was when he first took over the program. Right now, off to a great start, 6-1 through 7 games.
Well, no question about it. And I think what he's been able to do over the years is get the athletes to buy into basketball and become the multi-sport athlete and get involved. When you turn the film on, their length and athleticism is incredible. Their ability on the defensive end to guard you in a couple different ways, the way they can stretch out in that 1-3-1 that they play, led by Kegley up top, and how long and lanky he is. And I feel like you're spot on. I think he's really come in and sparked an interest in basketball over these last several years or a couple of years here. And this is a really, really good basketball team I've been impressed with.
And something, too, that John and I talked about last year when we came down here, we talked about how West has sort of become – I think you ask a lot of people around here, they'd say that West is still a football school by their terms, but – with the way the basketball program has been on the come up over the years, it's pretty impressive to see a guy like a Will Kegley or a Logan McIntyre, who is a West athlete, and they're a basketball primary athlete for the Senators.
Well, and it speaks to their athletic program. You have a mixture of those specialized athletes and a mixture of those multi-sport athletes. And when you start to look through their girls and their boys programs in a lot of different sports, you start to see some pretty good success. So, I think there's a real good vibe here when you walk around and talk to people here, during the JV game and coming in, and they feel really, really good about where this team's at, and rightfully so.
Sticking with the player spotlight, let's take a look now at South Webster, and one of the guys that stands out for this Jeeps squad, Bryson McClintock, has scored double figures in every game he's played this season, including 2 games ago, a season-high 31 against the Minford Falcons.
Well, I love it that you said it that way, because that's the first thing I had in my notes is just consistency. I feel like, obviously his ceiling's really high, but I feel like he's got a high floor. Every time he takes to the court, you have a pretty good sense of what he's going to give you. He's going to bring you great effort, great energy, creates his own shot, very willing passer, good team kid. These Jeeps have done a lot of winning in multiple sports, and that's something that really jumps out to me with the coach's eye, is just how they make a lot of winning plays, and they just it's just a real competitive spirit that they bring to the court.
You talked about the multi-sport success at South Webster. McClintock is a guy who's been someone in the spotlight of that all-district in soccer this past fall, and also first-team all-district in baseball last spring. And another guy who's really embraced that identity as a Jeep in multi-sports is Hunter Bernard. He's been a 4-year player in this basketball program, but he's been a huge piece in both the soccer and baseball programs as well, averaging 12.8 a night, season high of 23.
Yeah, and again, just winner. And again, that's what I was talking about there in the previous answer, is these kids, when they take the court or they take a field and you turn a scoreboard on, they just soon win. And that's what they're used to doing. And they have a confidence about themselves, and again, they play together. They play really, really hard. So them coming on the road into this type of atmosphere tonight and trying to get off to a good start, that experience and that winning, experience is going to go a long way in helping them.
Looking specifically into the game that we are about to watch here in just a couple minutes, South Webster and West, for some major implications in the SOC 3 standings. What are a few keys on both sides that are going to go a long way in helping each team win tonight.
I want to really take a look, Carson, on how both teams take care of the basketball. You know, this game could go a couple different ways. I could, envision an up-and-down athletic matchup where some points are scored, but I could also see it grinded out in the half court if some of the length and some of the half-court defense. I've seen on film, like I mentioned, the 1-3-1 zone earlier, and sometimes what happens with the length, if you get the game slowed down, it's really hard to play offense around all that. But I would say this, you have to take care of the basketball, or what happens is you put so much pressure on your defense because you turn that ball over live up above the volleyball line out top, and it's going to be pretty much a highlight reel on the other end.
Portsmouth West looking to go 7-1. They're the state's 7th-ranked team in Division 6, currently coming off a 17-point win over Minford. South Webster looking to get back into the win column, go 8-2, and create some history, a milestone moment for Coach Pearson. We'll quickly step aside. We come back. We'll have the national anthem and player introductions and the start of this SOC3 contest. It's South Webster and Portsmouth West coming your way. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network, whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Back here at Portsmouth West High School, we're getting ready for tip-off between South Webster and the Portsmouth West Senators. Some very talented students from Portsmouth West bringing us our national anthem, and now we bring it down onto the floor for the introduction of our athletes and teams. First, for Coach Pearson's South Webster Jeeps. Jeeps are 7-2, 1-1 in the SOC3, coming off a loss to Waverly Tuesday night. Jeeps are also back-to-back district champions made it to the Final Four last season in Division 7.
Based upon the process approved by the OHSAA's Board of Directors, tonight's officials are Mr. Chase Marshall, Mr. A.J. Collins, and Mr. Josh Grove. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Portsmouth West High School. All fans are asked to respect the effort that each of you have put forth in preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all in attendance to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, those administrating the contest, and of course your team and your opponent. And as important today as it's ever been, please remember to respect the game. Now let's meet the visiting South Webster Jeeps. A senior number 5, Hunter Bernard. Sophomore number 12, Braden Bernard. A freshman number 40, Easton Large. Senior number 23, Caden Johnson. And senior number 22, Bryson McClintock.
Hunter Bernard, Braden Bernard, Bryson McClintock, Caden Johnson, Easton Large round out the starting 5 for Coach Pearson's South Webster Jeeps. And now the lights are out here at Portsmouth West for the introduction of Caleb McClanahan's Portsmouth West Senators, standing at 6-1, 2-0 in the SOC 3. A great atmosphere and a packed house here at Portsmouth West for homecoming. And the Senators taking on South Webster. Will Kegley, Christian Carrasco, Braden Adkins, Owen Richards, and Logan McIntyre, the starting 5 for the Senators. Portsmouth West wearing their alternate grays. South Webster, their road all reds tonight.
Another great atmosphere. We've been lucky to be a part of a bunch of them this year. This should be really fun.
Portsmouth West takes the night's first possession as Kegley finds it underneath, can't finish. Quick start for the Senators, but unable to capitalize. Bryson McClintock up the floor with it for South Webster.
West right into that long 1-3-1 that I talked about in the pregame.
Hunter Bernard inside to Caden Johnson. Now McClintock far side wing. McClintock averaging 20 a night. Caden Johnson now near side. Gets trapped, finds Hunter Bernard, now back to Johnson.
Great patience early on from South Webster.
Braden Bernard trapped. Jeeps not in any hurry whatsoever. Caden Johnson far side wing again. Inside Hunter Bernard, now out to Braden Bernard in the corner. Short corner, Large in the post outside. Here's Hunter Bernard, corner 3, that's no good. Carrasco hauls it in for Portsmouth West.
Pretty good look for the Jeeps on the opening possession. You'll take that.
There's McIntyre from downtown, connects. Logan McIntyre gets the party started for the Senators.
Yeah, McIntyre can really get it going, and about 6'4", can get that shot off pretty much whenever he wants.
Logan McIntyre transferred in from Northwest last season, a starter on a district title team 2 years ago. There's Hunter Bernard with it again. Bernard driving this time through traffic, gets it high off the glass, and a foul.
Yeah, nice strong move through traffic, able to keep control of the basketball and then finish up off the glass. Going to get an and one opportunity. When you're watching that 1-3-1, Carson, watch how Kegley almost turns and faces the sideline. Makes it really difficult to reverse the basketball.
Bernard can't complete the and one as Kegley comes down with it. Senators still in front by one. Kegley spins, finds McIntyre, now Braden Adkins. Senators reset, circling the perimeter. It's Kegley, far side wing, guarded by Braden Bernard. Carrasco one-on-one with Large, gets it over to Kegley at the top of the key. Senators taking their time. Portsmouth West 12-12 a season ago. Made it to the district semifinal before falling to Valley as McIntyre hoists up a three and can't connect. Kegley tried to save it, throws it out of bounds, and he was the last to touch it. Jeeps will take over.
Yeah, great effort there trying to win a second possession on, but so far we've been pretty much in the quarter court. Here, West's going to try to extend this out a little bit. Let's see if Kegley can maybe get a deflection.
Caden Johnson crosses half court for the Jeeps. Now Hunter Bernard with the high post outside to McClintock. Back outside, Hunter Bernard for three, it's good. Hunter Bernard connects from downtown, Jeeps in front.
Yeah, big time play for McClintock there, able to draw the defense, knew exactly where his backcourt buddy was, got him an open look.
Jeeps in man-to-man on the defensive front. Kegley backs it out, guarded by Braden Bernard. Kegley averaging 23.7 a night. Christian Carrasco far side. Carrasco driving, Carrasco blocked by Large, gets his own rebound. Second effort, can't finish there. Out of bounds, and it will go to South Webster. Good defense by the Jeeps, the 6'5 freshman, Easton Large, standing tall.
Yeah, did a nice job going straight up to contest at the rim. You stay straight up there, you stay out of foul trouble for the young big man there. Nice start defensively.
6'4 junior Corbin Miller checks into the game for the Senators for the first time tonight. As McClintock fires from downtown, that's no good. McIntyre the rebound. McIntyre got pushed from behind and draws the foul. Give it to Easton Large.
Just as I said earlier, did a good job avoiding the foul. Those are the silly backcourt fouls you want to try to not have, because again, he's so valuable to his team. You know, with the injury of Stevens, as I've watched them on film, Carson, I don't know that they're the deepest basketball team, so the foul trouble is something to pay attention to.
Bo Stevens had a promising season as a junior last year, was expected to be one of, if not the best players for the Jeeps this year. He's hurt, and he's out for an extended time as Kegley's attempt at the rim denied by Large again.
Yeah, nice rotation over to contest on the athletic Kegley. I don't think Kegley realized he was up there to get that one. Kind of went nonchalant with it.
Adkins puts up the floater and hits it. Braden Adkins gets his first points of the night. Adkins 4 points in the win over Minford Tuesday night. Braden Bernard trapped in the corner, gets it out to Hunter Bernard. Senators staying in the 1-3-1 as we got a kick ball. As Kegley got his foot on the pass, we'll have a substitution for the Senators. Braxton Kammer on the floor in place of Christian Carrasco.
Yeah, Kammer at 6'3" and Miller at 6'4", and you just look all over the place. You get all kinds of length there, and you're able to get some traps on the wing, traps in the corner. South Webster's got to do a good job of passing and catching. There's a lucky opportunity to avoid a turnover.
A good read by Kammer, taking away an entrance pass that probably would have been 2 points for the 6'5 freshman. Bryson McClintock to inbound, gets it into Caden Johnson. Senators still working the 1-3-1. Here's Hunter Bernard outside to McClintock. Jeeps staying patient. McClintock got tripped, just gets it out to Caden Johnson. Now Braden Bernard backs it into the corner. Some chaos created for the Jeeps. Bernard launches a three. It's too short. McIntyre right there. Up the floor to Kegley. Kegley got tied up and lost it. And on the floor, jump ball. And possession arrow points to the Jeeps.
Yeah, great effort both ways, going after that 50-50 ball. And again, South Webster not getting some bad looks there. The key is when you break that first trap with a good clean pass, that next person's got to move the ball, and then that person's going to have a chance to make a play. So it's about passing and catching into the creases.
McClintock trap, gets it out to Caden Johnson. Johnson out to Braden Bernard. Bernard got stripped in the paint, taken away by McIntyre. It's 1-3-1 defense, creating a lot of chaos, a lot of havoc for the Jeeps on offense.
Yeah, and we wondered what type of tempo we would get. So far, it's been pretty much in the quarter court, and that's why you have the low-scoring first quarter.
McIntyre's baseline jumper no good. Kammer the rebound. Kammer puts it up, can't finish. Another offensive rebound, and that time, Kammer puts it in and one. Braxton Kammer plays through the whistle and draws the foul.
Yeah, just great effort, great want-to. That's where, he's standing at 6'3", working that hard. You can't jump with him. You can't assume it's going in. You got to get a body on him, get some position, and he just simply outworked the Jeeps, and as a result, going to get a chance for the old-fashioned three.
Second foul on Easton Large. Cole Bennett and Brigham Burton checking in for South Webster as Cameron knocks down the free throw, completing the and one. Harrison Richards onto the floor for Portsmouth West, as Braden Adkins will get a breather.
Yeah, it's good for Portsmouth West to be able to get some different bodies in there, stay active in the 1-3-1 here, giving some fits to South Webster in certain areas.
It's a pretty deep Portsmouth West team. They can bring a lot of guys off the bench, allow them to stay fresh, as you were talking about. They want to keep that defensive intensity in their 1-3-1. Hunter Bernard launches a three, in and out. It's Kegley fighting for the rebound. Kegley up the floor, jump stops. Kegley through traffic, can't finish at the rim. Long offensive rebound won by Harrison Richards. Kegley again, baseline drive. Kegley to the basket, and a blocking foul. They go on Bryson McClintock.
Yeah, the last two drives, I like Kegley a little stronger at the rim. First time didn't get it to go. They went back to him, then going baseline. Defender got over there. It was close, but I thought he was a little deep. Pretty good call, in my opinion.
Send Kegley back to the line. Kegley, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals in the win over Minford. He's unsuccessful on the first free throw.
Well, that's what's so impressive. He obviously is a big-time scorer, but when you watch him play, he impacts the game in about 3 or 4 different ways. Scoring's just a part of it. Big-time defender.
Kegley can't connect on either free throw. Remains a 3-point game. McClintock has it. High post inside. Now out to Johnson for 3. That's no good. It's Corbin Miller holding in the rebound.
Another pretty good look there. South Webster, you just got to continue to get those looks and trust that if the right guys are getting the right looks, you're going to knock them down.
McIntyre kicks it out. Harrison Richards, corner 3, yes. Harrison Richards lets it fly, and Coach Pearson wants a timeout to talk things over. 11-5, Portsmouth West with 1:29. We'll keep it here. Shane, hot start for the Senators.
Yeah, sharing the basketball, turning down a really tough shot to get a teammate a great look. Richards able to set the feed and knock it down to go up 11-5. Now, if you're South Webster, you probably feel like you've had 3 or 4 similar looks on the other end, haven't been able to knock him down yet. So certainly not panic time there. As long as you're not turning it over, as long as you're not watching West defenders deflect the basketball all night, then you feel good about what you're trying to do against that zone. But, man, when West defensive rebounds and they wrap it up one and done, they're able to get out and go a little bit. And pretty good start for the home team here.
Coach Pearson, after the loss to Waverly Tuesday, talked about how they just weren't making shots that they normally make. And if you can't hit those consistent shots when you get open looks like that, you're not going to win a lot of games. See if the Jeeps can settle down and connect on some of these great looks they've been getting. McClintock gets it up the floor to Caden Johnson. And another kick ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with South Webster.
On that point you're making, Carson, a lot of times South Webster needs to get that third and fourth person into the scoring column a little bit, kind of spread the offense out a little bit.
Johnson inside to Cole Bennett. Bennett back out to Johnson out of the corner, and he got fouled.
So again, you want to watch those early fouls on key players because they start to add up there. There's the second, on McIntyre, so they're going to have to get him here with 1:13 first quarter, and then you wonder how will coach handle that into the second quarter. So you like the aggressiveness. That's what they do in the defense is they try to get the deflection, get the poke-aways. But, man, that's a big early second foul there.
Braden Adkins and Owen Richards back onto the floor for Portsmouth West. Caden Johnson fires from downtown, can't hit. Kegley fights for the rebound, and he wins it. 1 minute to go in the first. Kegley jump stops, tried to kick it out, gets it to Carrasco, taken away by Hunter Bernard. Bernard up the sideline, into the paint, kicks it out. McClintock for three, that's no good. Carrasco hauls it in for the Senators.
Another great look. Again, if you're South Webster, you just got to keep trusting. Right guy shooting it there, just didn't get it to go down.
Braden Adkins comes off the screen from Kammer. Senators slowing things down a bit. Kegley with 30 seconds to go. Inside Carrasco, got it knocked away. It'll stay with the Senators. Good defense and hustle by Cole Bennett. Braden Bernard back into the game for the Jeeps.
Carson, now they're down 25.6 seconds. You wonder if they don't get something immediately off the side out of bounds, if they may not hold for one shot.
They inbound it to Kammer. He hands it off back to Kegley. Now Owen Richards near side, 20 seconds to go. It looks like the Senators are going to hold, try and get that last shot of the first quarter. Kegley one-on-one with Braden Bernard, under 10 to go in the first. Kegley out to Kammer. Kammer from deep connects. Braxton Kammer from downtown. One last heave from Bernard, off the mark. But a red-hot start for Caleb McClanahan's Portsmouth West Senators, 14-5 over South Webster through one quarter of play. We'll be right back for the second quarter. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
One quarter of play in the books here at Portsmouth West. It's the Senators in front of South Webster, 14-5. A great defensive showing for Portsmouth West, and they were able to back it up on the defensive end.
Yeah, no question about it. With Portsmouth West, got 4 different guys in the scoring column. 3 of them hit threes. So nice start there where Bernard has all 5 for South Webster on the other end, not getting as much balance.
Jeeps staying in man-to-man on defense. Here's Kammer in the post. Kammer got it blocked by Large again, his third already in this contest.
Yeah, terrific defense in the post there, playing behind and just making sure that they can score over top of you. And if they can't, then that's a big advantage with Large in there.
Kammer commits the foul on the entrance pass, and he'll get subbed out. Corbin Miller in to take his place. Some good minutes there, back half of the first quarter from the 6'3" sophomore Braxton Kammer.
Yeah, big-time shot at the end of the quarter. That was a master class in time and score in situational basketball. They executed the pick and pop.
Hunter Bernard splits the defense, gets it out to McClintock from the top of the key, off the front of the rim. Kegley waits on the rebound and gets it. Kegley got it poked away, recovered by Owen Richards. Senators will reset the offense.
Kegley off to a good start on the defensive glass. That allows them to start the break with him.
Kegley, mid-range jumper, gets the bounce. Will Kegley, shooter's roll. 16-5 Senators.
Yeah, way too easy. Can't let him get that deep. Got to be helping the dribble gap there.
Kegley still atop the 1-3-1 in the Senators' defense. It's worked out tonight so far. Here's Large in the post, out to Hunter Bernard. Mid-range jump hook is good. Hunter Bernard has got all 7 for the Jeeps.
Well executed there. The Jeeps got him overloaded a little bit and able to get to the baseline there and drop the pass to Large, and it all played off of that.
Hunter Bernard averaging 12.8 a night, coming off a season low in scoring, just 4 points against Waverly. Here's Owen Richards, turnaround jumper, gets it to fall. Owen Richards, the 5'10 junior, cashes in with 2 points.
Yeah, becomes the 6th Senator to score already in this one.
McClintock gets it over to Hunter Bernard. Chiefs still looking for an answer against this 1-3-1. They tried to find Easton Large in the short corner. It's through his hands.
Yeah, great job by Atkins. A lot of times what people do in the 1-3-1 is they use the tall, lanky guy up top. They put the quick, smaller guy, because, again, all they're wanting him to do is be in front when that ball goes to that side. He just simply fronts the post there and wins a possession. Nice job.
Kegley walks it up the floor one-on-one with Hunter Bernard. The Senators squad lost 10 of their final 15 games a season ago. Looking to right some of those wrongs from last season. Again, 6-1 overall, tied with Wheelersburg for first in the SOC 3. There's Kegley off the ball screen. Kegley to the basket and the finish. Will Kegley with finesse.
Yeah, outstanding use of the dribble. Stayed low to split the double team. Then able to finish high with the athleticism.
Will Kegley, an honorable mention All-State selection a season ago. One of the spotlights in this West program that's gotten all of Southeast Ohio on notice. Hey, West has a basketball team too. Johnson trying to split a double team and draws the foul.
In there, Carson, that's where you got to pick your spots. You got to try to move the basketball. You got to try to get into a seam. Then if you're able to pass and catch cleanly on a reversal, you can attack them, but if you're going to stand out top and you're going to try to play catch, you're going to be doing it up and around and with a bunch of 6'4", 6'3" arms and legs flying around.
Braxton Kammer re-enters the game for Portsmouth West. Christian Carrasco will get a breather. McClintock out to Hunter Bernard, far side. Bernard back to McClintock. McClintock drives, lost the handle, scooped up by Kammer. Adkins bringing up the floor for the Senators. A red-hot start on both sides of the ball. South Webster has had no answer for the 1-3-1, and Portsmouth West has been able to capitalize on the offensive end. It's Kegley, mid-range jumper, pulls up and knocks it down. Will Kegley once again on fire tonight.
Yeah, 6 in the quarter. They're getting in that two-man game and getting a little bit of a switch there, and then he's just able to get to his spot, and it's just really a miss or make shot, and he's starting to feel it a little bit.
Chiefs still looking for an answer. Here's Large, short corner. Gets it out to Hunter Bernard. Bernard drives and an offensive foul. Owen Richards, the 5'10 junior, gets in the way of the veteran and gives possession back to Portsmouth West.
Yeah, outstanding job of getting position. The Jeeps finally got a short corner touch and able to get something off of it, but on the drive there, good defensive help and takes the contact.
Owen Richards has had his fair share of offensive bursts, but showing off his ability on the defensive end as Kegley airmails a three. And Miller tried to recover it for Portsmouth West, taken away by Hunter Bernard. There's Caden Johnson from downtown. He hits it. Caden Johnson puts the Jeeps in double digits and stops the bleeding. First Jeep besides Hunter Bernard to grace the score sheet.
And Carson recognized what happened there. They got out a little earlier in secondary break, and they were able to get a good look before the defense set.
Corbin Miller has it in the post, out to Kegley. Kegley, baseline jumper, in and out. McClintock with the rebound. McClintock back to Johnson, wanted to shoot it. A good contest by Richards instead. There's McClintock, mid-range jumper off the mark, and rebound taken by Kammer. Coach McClanahan wanted his team to slow things down. Braden Adkins walks it across half court.
Kammer with the mismatch there if they can find it. Now they switch back.
There's Richards off the screen, gets it back to Adkins. Now Kammer, top of the key, guarded by Large. Back out to Adkins, wanted to take it, gets it into Corbin Miller, high post again. Kammer, jump stops at the elbow. Senators not in any hurry whatsoever.
Yeah, really impressed with how athletic they are, but in the quarter court, they really show some discipline and patience.
Kegley gets to the basket, can't finish at the rim. Rebound taken by Braden Bernard, 2-on-2 for the Jeeps. Bernard, nice find to McClintock inside, gets it out. Hunter Bernard for three, it's good. Hunter Bernard buries the triple. Jeeps showing some life now on offense.
Once again, the same thing. Get out early, defense not set, get them a step behind, share the basketball, get a quality shooter, a quality look.
6 straight for the Jeeps coming beyond the three-point line. Kegley in the corner now. Kammer, top of the key, three, that's no good. McClintock with the rebound, and he races up the floor for South Webster. Bernard again back to McClintock. Now Hunter Bernard again from downtown. That's no good. And it hit the top of the backboard. It'll be a turnover. As Logan McIntyre with 1:27 remaining in the half will check back into the game, but not before Coach McClanahan wants a full timeout, and we'll take it with him. 22-13. Portsmouth West, 1:27 to go till halftime. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
1:27 to go in the first half as Portsmouth West leading South Webster 22-13. Jeeps beginning to show some life on offense. Let's see if they can continue to get stops on the defensive end. Logan McIntyre back on the floor for Portsmouth West, picks up his dribble, finds Kegley in the post. Kegley, turn around, puts up the jumper, pops out. And it's out of bounds. Portsmouth West, the last to touch it. We'll go back to the Jeeps.
Yeah, got the matchup they wanted. A nice turnaround jumper, goes all the way down and comes out. And if you're South Webster, you've kind of weathered the storm here a little bit. If you can get a bucket here, they've started to play with a little bit better tempo on the offensive end. They got to continue to get player movement and try to find some of these seams.
Under a minute to play till halftime. Bryson McClintock has it at the logo. Hunter Bernard near side wing. Kegley picks him up at the top. Kegley still the top man in that 1-3-1. Caden Johnson, he hit a three earlier. Finds Braden Bernard in the post. Bernard back out to Johnson, wanted to take the three. Here's Hunter Bernard from downtown, it's good. Hunter Bernard, another triple. It's a 9-0 run for South Webster.
By far their best possession of the night. They get a post touch, get it back out, make the extra pass. Really starting to find some rhythm.
McIntyre with it for the Senators. Out to Kegley, 15 to go till half.
Again, if you're West, you want the final shot. You don't want South Webster to have another crack at it.
McIntyre finds Kegley. Kegley cutting and gets the foul. There's a late whistle, but Will Kegley will head to the line to shoot two. Good off-ball action from Kegley.
Yeah, so good without the ball. That's what I was saying earlier. Obviously, he gets a lot of publicity for the scoring, rightfully so, when you score as many as that young man. But man, he does so many things when you turn on the film. Defender, rebounder, we've seen that tonight. He's had a big first half defensive rebounding, and then his ability off ball, so athletic. It's such a tough matchup.
Kegley knocks down his first one. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Not after that one, though. Gets his first one from the stripe. Christian Carrasco back onto the floor for the Senators.
Carson, still 4 seconds to go here, so first things first, got a rebound on the miss, got to get it out quick on the make, push it out, and you should be able to get a pretty good look in 4 seconds.
Kegley's second shot rolls around and down, 24-16. Portsmouth West, Kegley 2 for 2 on that trip. Owen Richards back on the floor in place of McIntyre.
Yeah, love the sub to kind of set the defense and to get him out on foul trouble.
McClintock, 2 seconds. McClintock hauls it up from beyond half court. It's no good. And that will bring us to halftime from the west side. 24-16. Portsmouth West leads after a half of play. We'll step aside, come back, give our thoughts on the first half in this SOC3 battle. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Halftime here on the west side. It's the Portsmouth West Senators leading the South Webster Jeeps 24-16 through 2 quarters of play in this SOC3 battle on this Friday night. Carson Francis and Shane Combs back with you. Shane, Portsmouth West got off to a red-hot start in the first quarter. They were getting a lot of stops defensively, forcing a lot of misses. They were able to capitalize on the offensive end, but later on in that second quarter, South Webster found their rhythm a little bit offensively, slowly crept back into this one.
Yeah, Portsmouth West got out to the 14-5 start after the first quarter, and you look at the first half here, out of the 24 points, they get 6 different guys into the scoring column. Early on, it was a mixture of the 3-ball. Harrison Richards hit one. Logan McIntyre hit one. Braxton Cameron, remember, on the pick and pop in the first quarter, hit one. Will Kegley didn't score in that first quarter when they were up 14-5. Well, then in the second quarter, he started to get really active downhill off some of the two-man game. He has a team-high 8 points. He had all of those in that second frame. And then over on the South Webster side, Hunter Bernard trying to keep him close. He has 13 of the team's 16. Bryson McClintock comes in about 21 a game, hasn't scored yet. He's got a couple good looks, but Carson, I do agree with you that over the last 9 to 10 minutes of the half, they started to find a little bit of better rhythm, some pretty good looks. They had a chance to maybe get into the locker room, only down about 6, and then they had a tough whistle there at the very end. Kegley went to the line and knocked down a couple. But overall, I would say with the start that you had, if you're South Webster, you don't hate where you're at. Overall, Portsmouth West, I think you feel good about the way you played. You would like to have a little bit more than an 8-point lead to show for it, but nonetheless, these league matchups, these rival games, you know they're going to be 4-quarter basketball games.
You look at South Webster and you say the reason they are not down by more than what they are is because of number 5, Hunter Bernard, 13 out of the team's 16 in the first half. He was incredible.
Yeah, he really was, and he did it in a variety of ways, and even he had a couple more looks that didn't go down, but he continued to stay with it. I really think if you're South Webster, a big key is going to come on the defensive end. If you can get stops, maybe create some turnovers in the live ball situation, but at least get stops and defensive rebound. If you can turn and go a little bit, and when I say turn and go, I don't mean just head down out of control as fast as you can. I just mean try to beat that 1-3-1 down the court a little bit. And a lot of times what happens is you get them a step behind, and as you make that penetrate, kick, extra pass, that's when you're going to get your best look, really, from what I've seen here in the first 16 minutes.
Well, and now it happened a couple times where even when the guys didn't score, they get it into a Braden Bernard and Easton Large. They have it in the post that left Hunter Bernard or Caden Johnson, who had a 3 of himself, the other 3 points in that first half, for an open look, and they were able to let it fly and knock it down a couple times and put South Webster right back into the mix of this game.
Yeah, the other thing, and again, I know he's young, but I've been real impressed with his feel for the game. With Easton Large, the freshman big down there, hasn't really touched it very often. Again, I know against the 1-3-1, sometimes it's hard to get a post up, but you do have some size advantage down in that short corner on the block area. If you can pass and catch, the couple times I thought he caught it down there, he was able to play the role of playmaker and get a little inside out look. So again, I wouldn't forget about him. You're talking about someone that comes in giving you around 10 a game, and I don't know that he's had a shot attempt yet.
Looking at West, what did they do well in the first half? Again, they stayed in that 1-3-1 almost the entirety of the first half, outside of really that last possession when Webster had to go up and down the floor. It worked out pretty well for them.
No question. I mean, again, that's an outstanding defense for their personnel. They stretch out. They go about 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", and as I try and explain to the viewers early, if you watch from our camera angle, Kegley's almost going to turn sideways. He's almost going to be facing the bleachers on one side or the other, and his only job is to try to force you out and to make it as hard as possible to reverse the basketball. What South Webster's trying to do, they're trying to sneak some guards into a little circle move into the middle there, get that high post touch so that they can play a little inside out. But again, the length of Portsmouth West just makes it so difficult to pass and catch cleanly, because you're constantly trying to, lob one over the top or wrap a bounce pass around. It's just hard to get those bullet passes to move from spot to spot.
Logan McIntyre was in foul trouble for majority of the first half. Got 2 fouls early, didn't see the floor majority of the second quarter. The big man who stepped in for him, 6'3" sophomore Braxton Cameron, provided some great minutes off the bench for the Senators.
Yeah, great call, Cars. He was really, really good. I tell you, the word that comes to mind with him is versatility. We watched him pick and pop and hit the three. We watched him down in the post. We watched him be a factor at that 6'3" frame in the 1-3-1. Been real impressed. They even brought him up top and ran some guards off actions to where he became the playmaker and the passer. Just really impressed with what he gives them. He's a big versatility depth piece when you talked about last year's growth to this year's team.
And just talking about from a coaching standpoint, knowing your personnel, you know that you got guys like a McIntyre, a Braxton Cameron who can be versatile. They can play down low when you need them to, but they can let it fly from outside as well. And with the paint presence of Easton Large, he had 3 blocks in the first half. You're perfectly fine with letting your big guys stand outside the perimeter and shoot it from downtown.
Well, it's all in the versatility. You get that length, you get that talent and that skill set. If you get a team that's switching some screens, you can really put them in some matchup nightmares, and that's kind of what you watched a couple times in the second quarter. And then obviously when you get Will Kegley going the way he did, I'm not sure what you do with them. So again, if you're South Webster, I don't hate that I only give up 24 points to a talented basketball team, but you're certainly going to have to find something on the offensive end to solve this 1-3-1 riddle.
You know what I talked about when Coach Pearson said after the Waverly loss on Tuesday, not going to win a lot of games if you can't hit shots. He also mentioned that you're not going to win a lot of games if you're held under 20 in the first half. They were held at 19 in the first half on Tuesday night, 16 tonight. Let's see if the Jeeps can answer, fight from behind, and get back in the win column in SOC 3 play. Should be an exciting second half.
Let's see if they can get McClintock early in the half here, a look and get him into the act. Also like to see South Webster try to force itself to the free throw line a little bit more. Only had the 1 free throw attempt. They missed it there in the first half. That was a 3-point play opportunity for Bernard early in the game.
Chiefs will have possession to get the second half started as Bryson McClintock walks it up the floor. Second half from the west side underway. Senators come out in that 1-3-1. Hunter Bernard inside, gets it to Easton Large. He can't finish from the baseline. Second effort, rolls in and out, and Kegley holds it in.
Yeah, and just can't get it to go. Again, great effort. You get a look that you want. You even get a second chance opportunity, and just couldn't get it to fall.
Braden Adkins out to McIntyre, far side. Now Kegley in the corner. McIntyre off the cut, fires a corner 3. That's no good, and Large holds in the rebound. See if the Jeeps can get someone besides number 5, Bernard. Hot here in the second half. Here's Caden Johnson now to Bryson McClintock. Jeeps staying patient around the perimeter. Here's McClintock near side. Now Caden Johnson in the corner. Large trying to post up. Johnson's pass got deflected, taken away by Richards.
Yeah, good patience, but again, the longer the possession goes, the better chance of the deflection with the length of Portsmouth West.
Kegley mid-post out to Owen Richards. Richards for 3, it's good. Owen Richards launches one from downtown, gets the Senators their first points of the half.
Yeah, so complete. The ability of the playmakers to draw attention. Role players with the feet set. What a weapon.
It's Hunter Bernard near side out to Braden Bernard. Senators playing with a lot of energy still in that 1-3-1. Johnson out to McClintock. McClintock inside. Shot is no good by Braden Bernard. Good contest by the Senators defense. Forcing a miss on the layup. Braden Adkins mid-post. Now Christian Carrasco out to McIntyre in the corner. I love how West is able to play with a lot of pace, a lot of energy on defense, but slow things down with the ball. Richards tried to go to Kegley mid-post, taken away by Johnson. Carrasco is also cutting down the paint. Braden Bernard, the dish. Foul before the shot by Easton Large. Jeeps will inbound from the baseline.
Well, again, I like the aggressiveness downhill. That's probably one call they wish they wouldn't have received because they had a layup off of it. But again, that's what I'm talking about. Look to push just with a little bit more pace and secondary break, and I think you'll find a little bit more space to play in.
McClintock to inbound from the baseline. Throws one up for Hunter Bernard. Caden Johnson splits a double team back out to Bernard. He launches a three and hits it. Hunter Bernard on fire for the Jeeps. He's got 16. Kegley on the other end, blocked, but the offensive rebound scooped up by McIntyre, and he finishes.
Yeah, Kegley downhill draws a lot of attention, leaves the offensive rebound there for a teammate.
Another steal. Kegley got it knocked away from behind, but Bernard stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, great effort, both sides.
Bernard playing with some energy, just a little out of control, maybe didn't know where he was on the floor, but a great hustle there, forcing the Senators to reset. As Corbin Miller will head back onto the floor in place of Owen Richards.
Important stretch here for the Jeeps. You're at 29-19. You work that hard in the first half to get it back in single digits. You really want to try to win the next minute or so here and get this thing down to around 6.
McIntyre rejects the dummy screen, now uses the screen from Carrasco. Finds Miller in the corner, back to McIntyre. McIntyre one-on-one with Large. McIntyre to the basket, high off the glass, it won't go. Braden Bernard the rebound.
Great job by Large there in the one-on-one spot. That's a tough matchup. Able to move the feet and force him to shoot over the top of him.
Again, talked about that interior presence from Easton Large, the 6'5 freshman, averaging 7 rebounds a night. Bernard to Caden Johnson. Johnson, the only other 3 points for the Jeeps, beside the 16 from Hunter Bernard.
See how the ball starts to stick a little bit, and that's where the zone starts to swallow you up. You got to get some penetration in, make the clean pass, and then stay aggressive, and then you'll get someone a clean look.
Johnson fires from downtown, can't connect. McClintock the offensive rebound. Bernard lost the dribble, it's into the backcourt. Stays with the Jeeps, and a foul in the backcourt by Carrasco. So the ball hit a Senators defender, rolled into the backcourt. That's why it was no turnover. And then Carrasco commits a foul on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the bench there. Camber back in the game. We talked about how big he was in the first half.
McClintock will walk it up for South Webster. McClintock double figures every game so far this season. A goose egg in the points column tonight. There's Hunter Bernard, mid-range pull-up off the front iron. Rebound hauled in by Harrison Richards. Richards over to McIntyre. McIntyre pump fakes, jump stops to the basket. Too short. McClintock hurries up the floor for the Jeeps. Hunter Bernard to the basket. High off the glass and the finish. Hunter Bernard with 18 now for the Jeeps.
Yeah, and all about the tempo. They got out and played in the open court, and they're able to play with their best 2 players to create an easy look.
McIntyre outside, backs it out. Corbin Miller now to Kegley. Senators working around the perimeter. Jeeps 1-1 in SOC 3 play. McIntyre tried to go to a cutting Corbin Miller. It's a pinball out of bounds on the Senators.
Great defensive rotation there on the backside, and all of a sudden you got it back to 8 with the basketball. Chance to draw within 6, maybe even 5. Here, going to have a timeout on the floor.
Coach Pearson will use a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 29-21 Portsmouth West. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
3:06 remaining here in the third quarter. As you see, South Webster head coach Norm Pearson chasing history tonight. A win would put him tied for second in the Ohio all-time coaching wins list. A tremendous coaching career for Norm Pearson. Coached at Oak Hill, Wilmington, Chesapeake, Valley, and now here at South Webster's greatest accolade, 2009 Division IV state championship with Oak Hill.
Yeah, talked a lot about it in the pregame coverage. Just outstanding, and just a privilege to be able to watch him continue to coach and work with young people.
Hunter Bernard pulls up and can't hit the jumper. Camera the rebound. A loose ball is won by Bryson McClintock inside to Large, taken away by Harrison Richards.
Yeah, great effort. Had 2 opportunities to cut it back to 6. Unable to convert. Great hustle there from Portsmouth West not to quit on it.
Heads up play by the Senators defense. Senators have both of their bigs in with McIntyre and Kammer. Richards picks up his dribble, gets it out to Corbin Miller. Now inside, Kammer tried to go up. South Webster wanted to travel. They will not call it. I think Large maybe got a hand on the ball. Richards, far side, looking to find a cutter. That pass intended for McIntyre, taken away. Braden Bernard to the basket, and the finish. Steal and transition basket for Braden Bernard. Lead down to 6.
And that's going to be the formula. Can you use defense to create easier opportunities for offense?
Corbin Miller driving, kicks it out to Kammer. Kammer, now McIntyre with it. McIntyre picks up his dribble, gets it out to Corbin Miller. Kammer in the post, working on Bernard. Tried to go to Richards, and it's taken away. Bryson McClintock scoops it up for the Jeeps.
Yeah, maybe a little too unselfish. Thought he had a matchup there he could have powered up through.
The Jeeps have a chance to slow down, make this a one-possession game. McClintock near side. Now Hunter Bernard, opposite side. Senators sticking with the 1-3-1. Caden Johnson to Braden Bernard. Bernard baseline and the finish. Braden Bernard back-to-back baskets. Deficit all the way down to 4.
Yeah, great overload. And then what happens, Carson, on the drive? Easton Large post up, almost acts as a screen all the way to the basket for the easy deuce.
Portsmouth West led by as many as 15 in the first half. Jeeps stuck with it. Cut the deficit all the way down to 4. Here's Corbin Miller from downtown, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Kammer. Extra possession won by the Senators, under 30 to play in the third.
Yeah, missed opportunity there. You don't wrap up with a board. Now West, if they will choose to, could get the final shot of the quarter. Missed opportunity for the Jeeps there for sure.
Kegley one-on-one with Braden Bernard, 15 to go. Kegley spins, Kegley pulls up, and it's in and out. Offensive rebound, Kammer, no shot. A loose ball foul, South Webster basketball.
Yeah, great effort both sides. Good inside position. Able to hold it just enough to get the call. And now at 29-25, South Webster is going to have 6.5 seconds with an opportunity.
Great box out by Easton Large, using his size to block out the 6'3" sophomore Braxton Kammer.
Plenty of time here. Should be able to get this ball all the way into the quarter court and get a quality look.
McClintock outside, Hunter Bernard, corner 3, that's no good. Rebound McIntyre, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. South Webster rallying back. They've cut the deficit down to 4 as we head to the final 8 minutes, 29-25 here on the West Side. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
3 quarters down and 1 to go. It's Portsmouth West ahead of South Webster, 29-25. The Jeeps trailed by 15 in the first half. They've rallied back, cut it to a 4-point game as Braden Bernard gets a steal on the opening possession, and he's fouled by Kegley.
Took a hard shot into the wall there. Loved the effort of the teammates to get to him as well to help him up. And boy, has he been quite a spark denying that reversal up top. That's the second time he's been out in the open court. Got the layup the one time, now going to get to the free throw line.
We were kind of wondering if South Webster at some point, Hunter Bernard had been carrying the load on the offensive end. They were going to need somebody else to step up. Braden Bernard done a great job turning defense to offense. He's got 2 free throws waiting on him. And he hits the first one to make it a 1-score game.
Yeah, good looking stroke there from the sophomore. And South Webster's just been able to stay with it. The reason they've been able to do so is they too have guarded, only giving up to 29 points through 3 quarters.
Second shot from Bernard. Off the mark, Large the offensive rebound. Large the putback, slices it off the backboard. Braden Bernard again, what a hustle by Braden Bernard, the offensive rebound. Braden Bernard chased that ball around the perimeter of the floor and wins a possession for the Jeeps.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a guy that hates losing so much he'll do anything not to, and that's what they're getting from 12 right now.
Braden Bernard mid-post and an offensive foul. Braden Adkins stepped in his way and gives possession back to the Senators.
So you talk about winning plays. You can feel it slipping a little bit. You only scored 5 points there in the third quarter. The Jeeps making a run at you, and Atkins steps up and just makes a toughness play. Now the offense has got to respond for the Senators.
Braden Adkins, a wide receiver and a safety on the Senators football team. Shane, you and I got to see him in the fall. Pretty talented athlete all around.
Yeah, terrific athlete.
There's McIntyre, pulls up from downtown. It's too short. Large the rebound. Webster with a chance to tie with a 3. There's Hunter Bernard out to McClintock. Jeeps coming back from 15 down, looking to tie. McClintock baseline jumper gets fouled. He'll have 2 free throws to, at the very least, cut it to a 1-point game.
Yeah, still looking for his first point of the night. And Carson, you and I working together throughout the year, we've seen this very thing where sometimes a scorer who's having a slow night, they get to the line, they see the ball go through, could really spark a run from him. And again, the 29-26 game, it wouldn't take much of an offensive spurt to really take control of a game.
McClintock sinks the first one, got his first point of the night. And he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Also worth noting, that's the 3rd foul of the night on Logan McIntyre. Something to keep an eye on.
9 straight points for the Jeeps here. It was 29-19.
McIntyre one-on-one with Bernard off the screen from Miller. Now Adkins near side finds Kegley. Kegley trying to back down Braden Bernard. Kegley jump stops, puts up the jumper, can't get it to fall. Large the rebound.
Not a bad look, got to his spot. Good inside position and rebound from Large.
Caden Johnson, pass Kegley over to McClintock. Jeeps with the chance to take the lead. Looking to go 2-1 in SOC 3 play. Like how they're staying patient still against this 1-3-1.
Yeah, I like the patience. You just got to be careful with some of your pass choices. Again, the length.
Threw it away to McIntyre, up the floor. Kegley, the transition finish. And Caleb McClanahan quickly wants a timeout. Talk things over. We'll keep it here. You were just talking about got to be careful with the passes. Right as you said that, Jeeps throw right into the hands of Logan McIntyre. Cross court, up the floor, right to Will Kegley for a transition bucket.
Well, what happens is you start to stand. It's one thing to be patient. It's another thing to be stagnant and start to stand where you're very predictable with where you're at, because then what happens, you're able to start to get the length to be able to set up and obviously the range of motion. It just takes one deflection. We see it there. You get it out in the open court and get the easy layup.
Prior to that last possession, though, it seemed like South Webster had really settled in and found some holes in that 1-3-1, got some open looks inside. How are they able to do that?
They're starting to overload. They're starting to get good player movement. You'll see them get it to the overload and attack from there and then be able to throw some diagonals. That's actually where you can throw some of those bullet passes. When you try to do it from out top, back and forth, it's just a matter of time until one of those athletes is going to deflect the basketball.
5:50 to play in regulation. Caden Johnson walks it across the timeline for the Jeeps.
Now they got Kegley in the middle.
Bernard near side, out to Johnson, opposite side. Johnson feeds Braden Bernard in the post. Bernard, the put up, no good. Bernard, the putback, and he finishes. Hunter Bernard, offensive rebound, cashes in with 2 points.
Yeah, that time they went to the face guard and was going to chase McClintock, and as a result, got a decent stop, but couldn't wrap it up with a rebound.
Senators looking to answer. Kegley drives down the middle, pulls up, and he airmails it too short. Large the rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. It's the second time we've seen that on that end of the floor. South Webster gets a huge rebound, the chance to do something on offense, but they stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, got to stay strong, got to have court awareness.
McIntyre to inbound for the Senators. Gets it into Kegley in the corner. He walks it out. Here's Braden Adkins, the floater off the mark. Rebound taken by Large. Jeeps with a chance to take the lead. Here's Hunter Bernard. Bernard out to McClintock, back to Bernard. And a kick ball on McIntyre. Jeeps will reset the possession.
Looks like they're back to the traditional 1-3-1 there.
Came
with
out
Kegley
and manned
on top.
that last possession.
Well, it was a little bit more of a chase. I couldn't tell what the other guys were in. They were certainly face guarding there, and they weren't in it long enough for me to take a look, but it did hurt them on the glass for sure.
Hunter Bernard from downtown. It's good. Jeeps back in the lead. Hunter Bernard has been electric for the red and white.
What a discipline. Just to stay with it throughout the evening, playing from behind. Now they got a chance to get one here in the last 4:25. Let's see if West can respond.
Here's Kegley, spins. Kegley puts up the jumper off the mark. Large again with the rebound. McClintock up the floor for South Webster. Hunter Bernard has been doing it all for the Jeeps. His last triple puts them in the lead, and Coach Pearson's going to burn a timeout.
You know, Carson Kegley's got to his spot 3 or 4 times in the second half and just kind of come up short a little bit. Doesn't quite have the lift on it that we're used to seeing. You certainly don't hate him getting some of those looks in the middle of the paint. So you just got to stay confident and know that if that's your shot, you got to continue to get to your spot and look to score. Over on the other side, though, just give South Webster so much credit. I mean, they could have went away on multiple occasions there in that second quarter, and they didn't. And I thought the ability to get to the locker room only down 8 and really respond to this point, that just says something about their character.
They trailed by as many as 15 in the first half. It was 22-7 at one point. What a way to fight back for the Jeeps. Job's not finished, though. They still got 4 minutes to play.
Well, you're exactly right there. You know, you work that hard to get all the way back. Now what you want to do is make sure that you continue to make those winning plays. I can't say enough about Braden Bernard and the effort he's given on the defensive end and some of the 50-50 balls. Those are going to be the types of things that's going to decide this in terms of that want-to and who makes some of those hustle plays.
You know, also the starting 5 for the Jeeps, the group that started the second half, they've been on the floor the entire half. Hunter Bernard gets it out to McClintock. Braden Bernard now in the corner. He's trapped. Bernard trying to get it out, throws it right into the hands of Will Kegley. Kegley racing up the floor, backs it out. Finds McIntyre outside. Now Adkins from downtown. That's no good. Large the rebound, fighting for it against Miller, and a foul on the Senators.
Again, can't say enough about Easton. Large on the glass, just does a real good job inside position. Goes up strong with 2 hands. I don't think if you're West, you hate the look. Again, just couldn't knock it down, and then give Large a lot of credit for wrapping up the possession.
Adkins, a guy who's shown the ability to knock down those kinds of shots, just unable to connect there. McClintock gets it across half court to Caden Johnson. 3.5 minutes in regulation. McClintock got tied up with Kegley, just gets it away, and a foul on Kegley.
Yeah, that's going to be shots there. That's the 5th foul. Oh, did they already put it up on the board? Okay,
they put that up pretty quick. They were
did.
very quick to put up that. That's only the 2nd foul on Kegley. The next one, however, will put South Webster at the free throw line. McClintock out to Hunter Bernard. Bernard drives, kicks it out to Braden Bernard. Bernard got stripped in the corner. He's fouled, and that'll send him to the stripe.
Yeah, again, you want to stay aggressive here. 3 minutes to go with the 2-point lead. You don't want to start taking the air out of the ball to the point where you start not even looking at the basket, because that's where that length of Portsmouth West can really swallow you up.
Braden Bernard at the stripe, had some huge baskets back in the 3rd quarter. As he's unable to connect on the first one, Braden Bernard only averaging about 5-6 points a night. Still been able to give the Jeeps some great minutes night in, night out.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with just his energy here in the 2nd half.
Bernard's 2nd free throw is up and good. Lead extended to 3, 34-31 Jeeps. Coming up on 3 minutes to play here on the west side. Kegley stands at the logo. Dishes it to Braden Adkins. Senators working the perimeter. McIntyre for 3. That's off the mark. Offensive rebound. Kammerer, the putback. That's no good either. Another rebound by Kammerer. Corbin Miller, the rebound. That's no good. Fight for it. Senators win it back. Kegley from downtown. That won't go. Braden Bernard, the rebound. Talk about a missed opportunity for the Senators, and a foul in the backcourt committed by Kegley. Will send Bryson McClintock to the foul line.
Yeah, it all started with a quick hitter. Got McIntyre a nice look on the little flare screen. Didn't go down. Great work on the offensive glass, by both Miller and Cameron. They just couldn't get the ball to go in. And then now South Webster going to be able to live at the free throw line. Another key point, you look up here at the scoreboard, only 1 team foul for South Webster. So they're going to be able to get real aggressive. That could be a factor down the stretch here in terms of eating some time up.
Christian Carrasco will re-enter the game for Portsmouth West. Cameron will head to the bench. It's also the 3rd foul against Will Kegley. 2nd shot for McClintock, and he buries it. That'll extend it to a 2-possession game. Again, it was 22-7 at one point in the 2nd quarter. The Jeeps fought all the way back. They lead by 4. How does West respond? Braden Adkins, the intended recipient of that pass, it was deflected and out of bounds. Senators will reset.
Yeah, West just struggling to find offense, and got to be able to execute here. You still have enough time, just down 4. But this becomes a really big possession where you got to make sure you're getting a quality look.
There's Corbin Miller outside, gets it over to McIntyre. Now Kegley driving down the middle, backing down his man. Kegley finds Miller on the cut, and a foul against the Jeeps.
Again, you see South Webster's coach is letting him know it's okay because it's only the 2nd team foul. Again, I think here, this is where you got to recognize, if you're South Webster, you got to know your individual foul trouble, but you've got to be able to stay real aggressive. The common foul doesn't really hurt you here.
Exactly 2 minutes to go. Braden Adkins receives the inbound. Inside, Kegley in the post. Kegley, the step through and the foul. Will Kegley. Big time basket inside.
What I love about that is he's been able to get to the spot a couple times and just hasn't been filling it in the mid-range. He's been short. So what's he do? He gets a little bit deeper there, gets a good shot fake, steps through, and gets it all the way to the rim and scores up through contact.
To put it back at a 1-point game, Kegley's free throw rolls in and out, and Large brings it down.
Another great rebound for the rookie Large. He's been really good on the defensive glass.
Senators in need of a stop. South Webster going to be careful with the basketball here as Portsmouth West stay in that dangerous 1-3-1. McClintock out to Bernard, but not before Coach Pearson uses a timeout. It's 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 1:33 left. 1:33 remaining. Obviously, not late enough for South Webster to take the air out of it. How do you approach the remaining time with possession?
You want great spacing. You got to pass and catch with a lot of strength, with a lot of pass fake, all the fundamentals you talk about, the range of motion, the pivots, because at any time it just takes one poke away for Portsmouth West to be out. You want to try to avoid the corners. The trap has really hurt you there with their length. But again, if you see some seams, don't be afraid to stay aggressive downhill. You're in the bonus. Any foul, you're going to be able to get to the line. If you're Portsmouth West, you have enough time. You can play for a good 25, 30, 35 seconds here and really stay active. It just takes one deflection, and you could be out in transition looking to tie the game.
Caden Johnson to inbound. McIntyre trying to disrupt. And a kick ball off the foot of McIntyre will force the Jeeps to reset.
Nice little set on the side out. They run a couple things, a little bit eye candy, trying to curl McClintock to the basketball.
Johnson to inbound again, gets it into Large. Back to Johnson. Jeeps able to reset, under 90 seconds to play. McClintock at the logo, one-on-one with Braden Adkins. McClintock gets it out to Johnson. Johnson tied up, not before he's fouled.
Again, pretty aggressive there. Makes it so difficult because you're already in the bonus, so you're going to put them on the free throw line. So if you're South Webster, you got to believe the charity stripe's going to play a pretty big factor in your ability to get out of here with a win tonight.
Caden Johnson had a triple in the first half as he knocks down the first free throw there. 36-33. Johnson's 3 points in the first half were the only G points scored by someone other than Hunter Bernard. As he goes 1 for 2 on that one, but the offensive rebound, or the rebound rather, slips through the hands of Owen Richards. Costly mistake by the Senators.
Yeah, got to be able to wrap up. Obviously, just mishandled it. You don't have time to worry about it now. You got to D up here and try to come up with a steal. Still a three-point basketball game.
Would have had a chance to at least tie. And Norm Pearson again will use a timeout. That's the last timeout for the Jeeps with 1:17 left.
Personally, I think I run one of my best plays here. If I can get something to the rim off of the out of bounds play, still over a minute to go. If I can score at the rim, I think I would go for that. If not, you want to get it in, get it out, and continue to play the keep away. And you're probably going to end up back at the free throw line. I like the aggressiveness of Portsmouth West. I don't know that you have to foul quite as quick as they did there. I'm not saying they tried to on purpose. I just think they were going for an aggressive trap and ended up committing the foul.
You see at the end of the bench there for South Webster, Hunter Bernard and Bryson McClintock, two seniors. They've been in the South Webster program in multiple different sports. South Webster Jeeps is their DNA. They're both winners. And they're 1:17 away from closing out what would be a monumental win for this program.
Well, remember the word we used was just that in the pregame, winners, right? We talked about when they take the floor, when they take the field, whatever sport they're playing, if there's a scoreboard on, they just assume win. And that's usually what they've done throughout their career. So when they fall behind 10 tonight, behind 15 tonight, they just think, we're going to come back and win. And here they are, 1:17 away. Let's see if they can finish.
McClintock to set things up from the baseline. Gets it into Hunter Bernard. Bernard threw it away into the hands of McIntyre. McIntyre picks up his dribble across half court, but he traveled.
Again, they said they ended up taking the extra step. Portsmouth West, again, unable to rebound the basketball in the previous possession, that time with a turnover just past half court. So here we are right back into the same defensive situation.
Shane, the South Webster fans that have made the trip down to West in disbelief, and I can't say I disagree with it. I think it's just utter shock that Just this game has been so back and forth. Just can't believe what happens next.
Yeah, now you get Large, hasn't scored tonight, comes in averaging just shy of 10 points a game. Hasn't had a whole lot of shot attempts, going to go to the free throw line. Big opportunity here for the freshman to make this a 2-possession game.
Large can't connect on the first one.
Goes without saying how important the box out is here on a miss. We just watched the time where it wasn't necessarily the box out. They just dropped the basketball to bounds. Got to secure the rebound on miss.
Large goes 1 for 2 at the line there, pushes it to a 4-point game. There's McIntyre driving. McIntyre puts up the floater. It's too short. Offensive rebound, McIntyre back to the Senators. 55 seconds to play. Kegley. Trap gets it out to Adkins.
Great job of South Webster recovering into some good defensive position. West got to go here.
Adkins, long three, air ball. Offensive rebound going for by 2 players, and it's out of bounds. South Webster basketball with 39.6 to go.
Full court pressure now. Going to put the length of McIntyre up on the basketball. Actually, now they're going to take him out. They're going to go a little bit quicker here with Richards into the game.
Harrison Richards onto the floor for Logan McIntyre. Bernard up the floor. Bernard to the basket. And the finish might be the dagger for the Jeeps. Kegley through traffic, taken away by Braden Bernard. McClintock fouled. He'll head to the line. And the Jeep faithful can sense a win in 24 seconds.
How good has Braden Bernard been on the defensive end tonight, and just with the hustle plays, all the categories that don't always even show up in the box score. You talk about providing a spark here in the second half when his team needed it the most. His energy's been terrific.
McClintock at the line. This will all but seal it. McIntyre will head back onto the floor for Portsmouth West. The Jeeps down 22-7. About midway through the second quarter. They've outscored Portsmouth West 33-11 since then. Carrasco the rebound after the missed free throw. One final chance for Portsmouth West. Kegley out to Carrasco. Adkins, corner three, that's no good. A foul on the rebound. It'll be against McClintock.
Just the fourth.
Or no, they're gonna call it on.
Oh, they're going the other way with it.
Call it on Owen Richards. They put up 22. Didn't say which color.
Yeah, unbelievable. You used the term, Carson. I want to go back to something you said in the pregame. You know, the must win, and we were trying not to make too much of it, but just out of respect to the conference and in terms of how difficult it was going to be night in, night out. What you were basically saying is if you give Portsmouth West a chance to go to 3-0 and South Webster drops to 1-2, it really puts them behind the 8 ball. Now with South Webster really coming back here and getting this done tonight, it really puts them right back in the midst of the chase.
One final shot, McIntyre, deep three, hits it. That'll cut it down to 5, but it won't be enough. That's your ball game. The South Webster Jeeps come from behind and earn Coach Norm Pearson a milestone victory on the West Side. 41-36 your final score. South Webster improves to 8-2 and gives Coach Norm Pearson win number 831, tying him for second on the state's all-time coaching wins list.
Well, congratulations to a legendary coach, and congratulations to his Jeeps. His kids earned this one. They fell behind on the road. It would have been easy for them to go away. I thought there was a lot of maturity, a lot of competitive juice involved. We talked about their leaders being a winner, in terms of throughout their career, and boy, was that on display here in the second half tonight.
41-36, again, your final from Portsmouth West. We'll step aside, give our final thoughts on this win for the Jeeps. When we return, you're watching Ohio High School basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glow Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glow Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glow Fiber. Simply brilliant.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
We welcome you back to Portsmouth West High School. At the conclusion of this SOC3 showdown, the South Webster Jeeps come on the road and steal a 41-36 win over the Portsmouth West Senators. The Jeeps improve to 8-2 overall, 2-1 in SOC3 play, and give head coach Norm Pearson a milestone win, tying him with longtime Kettering Altar head coach Joe Petroselli for second on Ohio's all-time coaching wins list.
Well, just an unbelievable accomplishment, and you take a look at the way they got it done tonight. You come on the road and you fall down 14-5 at the end of the first quarter. It was 22-7 at one point, and West had every opportunity to blow the thing open, but because South Webster was able to just stay with it on the defensive end, get it back to 8 at halftime, I thought that allowed them to settle in the game. And then in the third quarter, West did open up 29-19, and it looked like, you're at one of those times where the next 2 or 3 minutes, I think I even said it during the game, is going to be really crucial to see, does this turn back into a 5 or 6 point game, or is West able to stretch it out to 14-15? Well, the answer was South Webster got it back to single digits, and they proved that they weren't going to go anywhere. And then slowly but surely you chip away. I would like to say it was a balanced attack in a lot of ways. Offensively, that just wouldn't be true. Hunter Bernard with 25 of the 41 is what I had him unofficially for tonight. But I do think, tell me if you agree here, Carson, I do feel like you could talk about the depth of some of the different things each of his teammates brought them tonight. I thought Easton Large really did a job on the glass tonight and protecting the rim. I thought Caden Johnson, the senior, did a good job handling the basketball. He had 4. Bryson McClintock comes in averaging 21. Only had I think I had him for 5 on the night. Didn't have a field goal, but I thought he played a real good floor game and ended up taking care of the basketball. But man, Braden Bernard, that's who I wanted to talk about. Right when you felt like South Webster needed something extra in terms of energy, effort, spark, I thought he started to make a couple plays that some will show up in some hustle categories, maybe a steal, maybe a rebound. Others won't. You just almost have to watch it to appreciate it. I thought he made some great defensive plays, got out in the open court. He had 6 points tonight, all in the second half, and I just thought he was really, really good in terms of helping South Webster stay in it and eventually getting back and getting ahead.
You see Coach Pearson there talking to some of the Jeep faithful after a historic win for him tonight. And looking at the Jeeps as a team, we talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it throughout the latter stretches of the second half. These guys are just winners. These guys know how to win. I mean, heck, they came off a Final Four appearance last year. They were in the Elite Eight the year before that. A lot of these guys play baseball and soccer where they've gone on many deep tournament runs. They know how to win. They're no strangers to adversity, and their poise, the way they played together, the way they rallied back, showed tonight.
No, there's no question about it, and that's what I was explaining there. It could have got away at any particular time, but because they continued to guard, Portsmouth West wasn't able to run out more than 15 ahead. So that's why the second half was able to be played right around that 6 to 10 point deficit. And then once they started to get a little closer, you could see Portsmouth West kind of tighten up a little bit. They really struggled on the offensive end in the second half. I looked down at my sheet here. They only had 5 points in the third quarter. Followed that up with 7 in the fourth quarter. They just really, really struggled to find the ability to put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, but also for Portsmouth West, there's a lot of lessons that can be learned tonight. This is no doubt a really good South Webster team that you played, and you're going to get another crack at them on February 3rd, this time at South Webster. A lot to build off of tonight for the Senators.
Listen, I said in the pregame, I really, really like this Portsmouth West team. They're really talented. They're long, they're athletic. They have guard play. I know they didn't shoot it real well tonight, but man, on film, I've seen them really fill it up on some nights. They got the ability inside, and tonight they just they got off to a terrific start and then just kind of went flat on a little bit, and they couldn't get the ball to go in, and I thought that forced them to start to press a little bit. But yeah, you're right. It's 6-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference. They still got everything in front of them. They're going to be a really, really good basketball team. There's nothing for the Senators to do but to keep the chin up and continue to move forward and have great optimism in terms of what 2026 is going to bring them.
Looking ahead for both of these teams, the Senators will have a chance to get back in the win column. They'll face Hillsborough Monday night right here on the west side, and then they'll host Point Pleasant, West Virginia the following night. So a couple chances to get back in the win column before the big one next Friday at Wheelersburg. Meanwhile, for South Webster, this is already a monumental win for Coach Pearson, tying for second in the all-time wins list. And he'll have a chance to take second place all to himself on Tuesday night when the Jeeps travel to Greene in a cross-divisional SOC showdown before the Jeeps then travel to Valley next Friday.
Well, and then what's going to happen now once you start to get into conference play, every game's just going to be a big game because, as you say, you go up and down the standings. It's going to be really hard to run the table in this conference. So you're going to see, in my opinion, the champion probably have a loss at some point. But even these bottom teams, some of the bottom teams that play themselves out of the conference race, I have a hard time believing that Lucasville Valley team's not going to get somebody. You know what I mean? So if you're South Webster, it's that focus and it's that work toward of making sure that you're ready to go every night, because that honestly could decide this conference, Carson. When I look down here, the way Memphis has been ahead of schedule in terms of their rebuild or reload and improvement, same as Valley, and then of course South Webster, Waverly, Wheelersburg, and then this Portsmouth West team. You're talking about a conference that certainly could have all of its teams really play a factor in who's going to win this thing.
Well, looking ahead to our coverage for the remainder of the week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. One final stream in a loaded week for us, and it's our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week tomorrow night in Bainbridge, where the Payne Valley Lady Bearcats will host Zane Trace in an SVC showdown. You and I will have the call on that one.
Yeah, excited to see it. Two teams that have really started to show some signs, hitting the halfway point here, and they're starting to find a lot of momentum. Both trying to fight their way. Payne Valley still has a great opportunity to sneak into that 4 hole. Zane Trace coming off their Huntington win. They're improving each time I see them, and I think that should be a big game, not just in the middle of the SVC standings, but as you get both of those teams closer to tournament. Also, I think I already went over to South Webster score. In case we have Portsmouth West fans hanging on, I do want to let them know Will Kegley led with 12 points, Logan McIntyre with 8, Braxton Cameron with 6, Owen Richards with 5, and then I had Atkins with 2, and then Harrison Richards knocked down an early 3 ball for 3, and that's where they add up to the 36.
One final time from the west side, the South Webster Jeeps with a historic win for Coach Pearson, 41-36 over the Portsmouth West Senators. From our cameraman, Kenneth Hay and Shane Combs, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's presentation of Ohio High School Basketball and Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Enjoy the rest of your evening.